Have you been having it lately? That soft hum that you feel under your skin? A feeling that your whole body is vibrating at a higher level? Time might seem different to you. Moments that seem to last forever and then end in an instant. Perhaps synchronicities are popping up everywhere. Numbers that keep coming up catch your eye. Someone says the exact thing you were thinking. Things happen in a way that can't be possible. These things are not happening by chance. They mean something. You have already started to rise in frequency because you are reading these words right now. This message wasn't found by accident. This alignment was chosen for you out of all the possible ones. Why? Because you have reached a point in your consciousness where the deepest secret of quantum reality is ready to be revealed. The link between your frequency and the observer effect. The observer effect is an idea that most of us have heard of. It says that our consciousness collapses all the possible worlds into the one we experience. Most people don't know this, though. The observer effect doesn't fully work until your frequency hits a certain level. When your frequency is low, you keep going through the same timelines and patterns over and over again, like a broken record of reality. A high frequency, on the other hand, lets out a totally different power. This changes not only what you see, but also what you are allowed to see. Picture yourself with a quantum spotlight in your hand. What you see depends on where you point it. But here's the secret. The frequency or color of that light tells you which possibilities you can even shine it on. Your light can only shine on a very small part of reality if your frequency is low. But as your frequency goes up, all the possibilities open up in a huge way. You begin to see realities that were always there, waiting for you to reach a high enough vibration to access them. That's why you're here. This message has come to you because your frequency is now high enough to let the observer effect work at its fullest. It will be impossible to go back to the way things were once you know how they work. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel before we go any further. Don't just think of it as a click. Think of it as a choice to align your energy with this frequency. Your subscription sets up a stable connection that keeps you in touch with the transmissions that are meant to awaken your power. When most people hear the word low frequency, they think of bad feelings like fear, anger, or sadness. That's part of the truth. But there's more to it than that. Being in a low frequency is more than just feeling bad. It's also being stuck in a small range of options, where things seem to keep happening over and over again. Take a look. You send a frequency signal into the quantum field every morning when you think about the same worries you had the night before, when your mind gets stuck on the same old doubts, and when your body automatically reacts to stress. Being told to send you more of the same by reality is what that signal is like. It's not just bad luck when you hear low frequency. It's resonance. Timelines with more terrifying events are associated with fear. Timelines where chances seem to disappear are a common source of doubt. Timelines where you feel invisible and unheard are connected to shame. The universe isn't punishing you. It's just responding to the frequency you embody with perfect coherence. This is where the trap is. Your observer effect is taken over when you're stuck at a low frequency. Every observation you make breaks down the odds that match that low vibration. Not only do you run into problems, you start making them over and over again. This is where most people live. They are locked up, but not with stone walls, but with walls of frequency. If you think this is true, you might want to send this message to someone else who might also feel trapped. One powerful way to show quantum service is to share. You're not just sending a video, you're also sending a living vibration that can help someone get out of a loop and into a higher state of consciousness. It feels more real the longer you stay there. This life of yours is like a CD that skips tracks. The laser stays still. It keeps going around the same broken groove and playing the same painful part of the song over and over. The name for this is the observer loop among quantum researchers. That's the state in which your mind keeps collapsing the same probability waves, making a new reality. There may be times when you feel like you're talking to different people about the same thing, or when you start a new job and it feels exactly like the old one. Sometimes it seems like relationships change, but they end in the same old way. There's no chance in this. It's the loop. It works like this. Whenever you look at your life through the lens of your old frequency, expecting disappointment, expecting a struggle, or replaying a story of lack, you are not only imagining what will happen, you are making it happen. Your observation turns into a prediction that comes true. The more you think about a possibility, the more likely it is that it will come true. The worst thing about this trick is that the loop makes you think that nothing will ever change. As the weeks and years pass, you can't figure out why you feel so stuck. It's not because you have no power. This is because your observer function is stuck in a loop of repeatedly collapsing. This is what a low frequency is all about. Your consciousness keeps picking the same realities, not because they are the only ones, but because that's how it gets in touch with them. At least you don't have to push harder to break this cycle. To break it, you have to lift the needle all the way up. This is what a high frequency does. It doesn't try to break out of the loop. Instead, it rises above it, connecting you to new realities. And when that happens, your life's music changes right away. Low frequency was never the real you. You forgot that you could change the song. Click the like button to make this idea stick. Let that single click be a quantum signal that you want to play a different song. You are letting the universe know that you are ready for something different to happen. If this truth hits home for you, say in the comments, "This loop ends now." Let the act of typing these words be a message to the quantum field and your subconscious mind. Now that you've taken the needle off the old record, you can start listening to a new song. The universe talks to you when your frequency starts to rise. These whispers show up as synchronicities, which are times when everything seems to happen at the same time and is too good to be true. When you think of a friend you haven't talked to in years, they text you right away. It opens to the exact page you need to read and then falls off the shelf. Numbers that repeat themselves show up on clocks, receipts, and license plates, almost like little nudges from space. There is no chance in these events. They are frequency confirmations. As you raise your vibration, you tune into timelines where events line up perfectly, like the gears of a secret cosmic clock. Then there's the feeling of déjà vu. Not the kind that fades away quickly. The kind that makes you know for sure that you have been through this exact moment before, with the same words, light, and atmosphere. It's not just a mental trick. Your mind is bumping into parallel timelines, and for a moment you're aware that you exist in more than one probability field at the same time. Every synchronicity or feeling like you've seen something before is a sign that your observer effect is changing. No longer is your attention squished together the short, repeated loops of a low frequency. Instead, your rising vibration is opening up higher probability streams. In these streams, the universe seems less like a bunch of random events and more like a well-planned dance. As your frequency keeps going up, time starts to feel less solid. This is called time elasticity. When you're in the flow, hours can go by in what seems like minutes. This can also happen. 1 minute can seem to go on and on, full of rich details, as if time has stopped just for you. In quantum time, the past, present, and future all exist at the same time. This is a direct result of your consciousness moving beyond linear time. If this strange time shift has happened to you, click the like button. Think of it as a physical recognition of your quantum nature. It aligns your energy field with timelines where you are in charge of time instead of being a victim of it. Even your dreams become clear signs. They change from scattered pieces to vivid, logical journeys. You might dream about going to places you've never been before, but being sure they are real when you wake up. In your dreams, you might have conversations that come up later in real life. In a way, these dreams are like practice sessions for your observer effect. When you dream, your mind isn't affected by the real world, so it can easily move through probability fields. As your frequency goes up, these dream rehearsals start to show up in real life, and you'll notice that your life is changing in ways that feel like dreams. A stronger response to energy is another clear sign of a rising frequency. When you walk into a room, you can tell right away if there's stress in the air. When you meet someone for the first time, you can feel how they're feeling like it's your own. You can't call this a weakness. It's just quantum sensitivity. Your frequency is making it easier for you to tune into the vibrational currents that shape everything you do. This might feel too much at first, but you'll soon see it as a gift. Your sensitivity turns into a compass that points you in the direction of truth and coherence. Being aware that the world is a quantum mirror is the last and most important sign. Whatever frequency you're on, the world will perfectly reflect it back to you. You saw signs of conflict and lack when your vibration was low. The mirror changes, though, as your frequency rises. Helpful people show up all of a sudden. Chances come up without any work on your part. Resonance, not chance, is the cause of this. Reality isn't giving you good or bad things. It's just showing you who you are. The quantum field will always agree with the vibration you send out. It only gives you back the picture you projected. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances when you really understand this. You have the power to make things. Put this truth out there in the comments if you're ready to claim your creative power. My reality is my reflection. This should be more than just words. You should be aware that you are the source of your experience. When you say this, you stop being a character in your story and start writing it. Real life is not solid at its deepest level. Quantum physics tells us that everything we see and touch is made up of waves of chance. These waves hold an infinite number of possible outcomes, all of which are just waiting to be seen. As soon as you focus your mind, the wave breaks up into a single, solid reality. This is known as the observer effect. Imagine a huge ocean full of waves that could happen. Any of them could turn into the wave that hits the shore. But as soon as you pay attention, one wave rises, one outcome is chosen, and the others become less likely. Observing is not a passive thing to do. It opens you up to new ideas. This is why the things you think and feel are so strong. When you look at the world through the lens of fear, you make it less likely that there will be more fear. Every time you look at things through the lens of love, you close off places where love could grow. Every second, you choose which version of reality comes to life. You are not just watching it happen. In any case, observation isn't the only thing that shapes your reality. What determines which probabilities fall apart is the emotional frequency of your observation. The way you focus is like a spotlight, and how you feel is like the color of that light. Which possibilities are shown and which ones stay in the dark depend on that color. When you look at things with fear, Your frequency bends reality through a fear lens, and you collapse odds in places where problems seem to get worse. When you observe with love, your frequency raises the light to show the way to harmony and connection. Think of how you feel as a tuning dial for the universe. Each frequency is linked to a different timeline, and the station you are following depends on how you are feeling. The channel of your reality changes when you change how you feel. This is the power that most people don't know they have. When you look at something, you don't just make it happen, you feel into it. Emotions are like quantum switches. They quietly decide which version of reality you will experience. Press the like button now to make this truth a part of your body. This action tells the quantum field that you know how powerful you are. It means you are no longer just watching. You are now a conscious feeler who chooses reality. This shift from thinking to feeling may give you power. To ground it, write "I create with my frequency" in the comments. This sends a strong message to the universe. This is your declaration that your emotional state is your sacred compass. You are now tuning your reality from the inside out. Coherence between the heart and mind is the key to achieving higher states of observation, as modern science is now confirming what mystics have known for centuries. Scientists have found that your electromagnetic field is stronger and more stable when your brain and heart rhythms are in sync. Your heartbeat and brain waves are in sync when you are in a state of coherence, like when you are feeling grateful, loved, or at peace. When you align your body in this way, it works like a strong tuning fork, tuning in to higher frequencies and sending clear, coherent signals into the quantum field. And coherent signals break down realities that are coherent. When you're scared or stressed, on the other hand, your brain and heart fire in a random way, sending mixed-up signals into the field. As a result, reality is broken up and disorganized. You can make the observer effect stronger by promoting coherence. You are no longer randomly collapsing possibilities. You are consciously attracting the best possibilities to you, attracting experiences that show you the beautiful harmony inside. To boost your own coherence, click the like button. Let this action be a physical tuning fork that sends a wave of harmony from your fingertips through your whole electromagnetic field. This will make it easier for you to attract good things into your life and make it flow. People have been telling us for years about the observer effect and how our minds make reality less real. But that's not the whole story. Here's the big secret that changes everything. Through observation, we can see which possibility falls apart. But something much stronger is already at work: frequency selection. There are only so many possibilities that you can see because of your vibration. Imagine reality as a huge movie theater in space where all the movies in the world are shown on a huge number of screens. You pick one movie to watch, which is the observer effect. But your frequency is like a theater ticket. If your frequency is low, your ticket will only let you into the lower levels, where the movies are hard to get and repeat themselves. You can only watch the movies that are playing in that section, no matter how hard you try to see something else. Your ticket changes, though, if your frequency goes up. New doors open all of a sudden. You can enter whole new parts of the theater, which are timelines of love, abundance, and synchronicity. Even though the observer effect still collapses one reality, you can now pick from a much wider range of movies. The secret is right in front of you. Frequency comes before observation. Not only does it change how you collapse reality, but it also changes which realities you can collapse. When you raise your frequency, you don't just change what will happen. You change all of the options you have. Most people try to change their lives by altering the way they think or by being strong-willed. Those methods, on the other hand, often still work from the old frequency. That's like trying to see a better movie but being stuck in the same part of the theater. Frequency is not the same. Your vibration already tells the quantum field which part of it you are in before the observer effect makes a difference. When you feel like you don't have enough, you can only access timelines of lack. If you are a feeling of love, you will find yourself in places where love is the norm. This is the reason why so many attempts to manifest fail. There's no mistake in what people are seeing. It's just that their frequency is picking out a set of realities that don't match what they want. You can't bring down abundance from a vibration of lack. Freedom can't be broken down by a vibration of fear. You can't make the quantum field do what you want. It only does what you are. The real command you have is your frequency. Take on the vibration first, and the reality will come after. Be thankful before the blessing comes. Send love out before your partner gets there. Enjoy your freedom before the chance comes up. When you do this, you move into the theater where those wonderful outcomes are already happening. To solidify this big change, say in the comments, "I embody the reality I choose." This act should be a quantum deal with yourself. No longer are you just wishing for a different future. Right now, you are aligning your whole being with the frequency of that future. When your frequency goes up, you have to give up something. Not who you really are, but who you are not. It is impossible for the old self, which is built on fear, limitation, and survival, to get through the door into higher timelines. It has to go away so that your true self can show itself. Because of this, big changes in life can feel like death before they feel like rebirth. Things may go wrong in relationships. You may no longer feel right in jobs that used to define you. Old habits and ways of being start to fall apart. It's not a failure. It's just getting rid of the old skin. Picture a caterpillar inside its chrysalis. It doesn't just turn into wings, it melts away completely. For a new, bigger pattern to form, every cell has to break down. When your frequency goes up, the same thing happens to you. It can be painful, but the familiar parts of your life have to fall away so that the blueprint of your higher self can appear. There is a void where the old is gone, but the new has not fully arrived. This is the most difficult part. Most people get scared here and try to get back to their old lives because they don't feel safe with uncertainty. That being said, if you can stay calm and let the dissolution happen, you will realize that this empty space is not an absence. And that's where your real embodiment starts. You can help your journey through this powerful change by affirming in the comments, "I release what I am not." Let this act of giving up be done with love. By writing this, you're telling your soul it's okay to let go of old identities and make room for your true, authentic self to come out. If your reality is chosen for you by frequency, then coherence is what keeps you in those higher realities without falling back down. When your thoughts, feelings, and energy are all in sync, you are coherent. You can't just touch a higher frequency when you meditate. You have to learn how to live that frequency every day. This new message is strengthened with every steady breath, moment of gratitude, and act of conscious presence. Your body locks into this higher vibration over time, and it becomes your new normal. This is the bridge. Being coherent doesn't just make you more frequency, it also helps you stay there. Embodiment is the last stage of this shift. You can't just understand these truths. You have to live them until they become second nature to you. When you embody frequency, It stops being a theory and becomes real for you. Begin with your body. Slowly breathe in and out while putting your hand on your heart and telling your nervous system, I am in sync with my highest timeline. It only takes 30 seconds to do this small ritual, but it can reset your whole field. Press the like button as you take this first step toward becoming a person. This isn't just a click. It's the start of your first small ritual. You are telling your body and the universe through your actions that your intention to become a higher frequency is now real. When you feel afraid, stop and take 3 deep breaths. Imagine that the old frequency is dissolving with each exhale. Bring in the higher vibration with each breath. By doing this simple thing, the old loop is stopped before it can get going again. Incorporate embodiment into the things you do every day. Slow down. Be aware of what you eat. Feel like your body is full of light as you move. These are not small habits. They hold your vibration in place. To the quantum field, each one says, I am already living from my new frequency. Taking on a body is what turns brief glimpses of a higher reality into your permanent home. Being aware is the most powerful way to raise your frequency. Not with silly rituals, but just by being there in the present moment. Being present is acting with coherence. It brings together all the scattered parts of your mind and energy into a single signal. Start by taking a deep breath. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, and then let out a longer breath than you took in. Your nervous system knows it's safe to move out of survival mode and into a state of harmony after hearing this 3 times. Every breath is a new set of vibrations that tells your body, we are safe, we make sense, we're free. Next, work on observing things without judging them. Most people always think about what could go wrong and see life through a lens of fear. In this way, the observer effect stays stuck on collapsing low-frequency outcomes. But when you look at things without fear, without attaching it to anything, you change the whole situation. When you face a challenge again, take a moment to think before you act. Keep an eye on it like it's a cloud moving across the sky. Recognize it, but don't give up because you're afraid of it. When you witness without fear, the old loop can't take over. Lastly, keep this presence with you all day. As a way to remember to focus on your breath and body, use small things like a phone alert, a sip of water, or walking through a doorway. These tiny moments of awareness add up and raise your frequency over time until coherence becomes your normal state. Because the subconscious mind responds to actions and symbols, even the smallest rituals can cause big changes. One small ritual you can do is the 3-breath release. Pause whenever you feel an old pattern coming back, like fear, doubt, or a feeling of not having enough. Take 3 deep breaths. Imagine the old frequency leaving your body like smoke every time you breathe out. As you breathe in, picture pure light filling your body. In this case, the loop is broken before it can start. The declaration in writing. On a piece of paper, write the words, "This loop ends now." Keep your old self in your mind as you hold it. Then, either tear it up or burn it safely, and say out loud, I choose a higher frequency. The act of destroying something sends a strong message to your subconscious mind. Put your hand on your chest and whisper, I am in sync with my highest timeline. This is the heart anchor. By sending a signal of coherence through your electromagnetic field, this straightforward action links your intention to your body. The analytical mind is not involved in these rituals. You are not trying to think your way out of the loop. Instead, you are telling your body, your mind, and the quantum field what to do. To fully anchor your new frequency, you need to move, speak, and be quiet in ways that reflect it. If you feel like you're stuck, dance or shake your body. Moving around moves your energy around and keeps you from falling back into heaviness. When you whisper, say things like, "I am light," "I am coherence." Your words have a vibration that can help you align your whole being. Finally, enjoy the silence. Every day, just sit still for a few minutes. In silence, your energy field reorganizes, and you can tell the difference between the noise in your mind and your real vibrational presence. It doesn't stop with you when you raise your frequency. Your change affects the whole collective field and sends ripples outward. The name for this effect is morphic resonance. The idea is that once someone finds a pattern, it will be easier for others to find it again. It's like a tuning fork. If you hit one, another one nearby will start to vibrate in time with it. In the same way, your mind works. People around you can unconsciously sense that freedom is possible for them too when you break free from a pattern of fear. Because of this, your awakening is never just your own. Every big step forward you take plants a seed in the collective field that helps someone on the other side of the world wake up. Most of the time, we think that change starts on the inside and works its way out. When one consciousness awakens, it sends waves through the quantum web that change the possibilities for everyone. Think of people as a huge web of light, with each soul as a point of light linked by invisible threads. When one light gets brighter, it sends a current through the web that helps the other lights turn on. You are that light. Your light gets stronger, and the network responds every time you choose presence over fear and coherence over chaos. Some people may be drawn to you and not understand why. People who don't know you might feel safe around you. In a quiet way, your vibration lets other people rise. You made the world, and your healing is a service to everyone. The network gets stronger with each meditation, act of kindness, and change you make in your own energy field. You're not ready for everyone to wake up. You are what wakes people up. Time ripples are also produced by your individual change. If you heal an old wound, you can change more than just your future. You can also change the past. Family tree energetic patterns can break down, freeing those who came before you from the weight you just let go of. Being in a higher vibration sends that timeline out into the universe, making it easier for other people to enter it. Your awakening is like a wave moving through the ocean of life, and it's reaching more places than you can imagine right now. All of what we've talked about so far comes down to this. Your frequency is the most important thing. There are realities you are not only allowed to observe, but also realities that you are changed by it. You can use the powerful observer effect, but it won't work until your vibration has already picked the movie reel. No matter what, when you raise your frequency, everything is possible. You know what the low-frequency loop trap is. With the synchronicities, the time elasticity, and the quantum sensitivity, you can tell when a vibration is rising. Your signal is amplified by the coherence between your heart and mind, and eventually reality starts to reflect that signal. And now you know the secret. Frequency comes before notice. All of this doesn't matter, though, if it stays just a theory. You can't go back from your awakening once you embody it. That's why the practices are so simple but so powerful. 3 conscious breaths to let go of the old, a hand on your heart to ground coherence, and silence to bring it all together. These are not just exercises. They are actions that back up what you say. Now it's your turn to make your statement. Hold on to this truth. strongly say it into the field. Leave it in the comments or whisper it to yourself right now. What it says is this: join the group and anchor this change in the comments with the final statement, "I embody high frequency." This will make the change permanent. Right now, I collapse my highest reality. Your comment can be a digital tuning fork that adds your energy to this wave of awakening and seals your change. Remember that you didn't just happen to find this message. It came to you because of your frequency. This command is the start of your new life. Make sure you are subscribed so that you can keep getting transmissions that help you on your journey of embodiment. Your subscription keeps you energetically linked to this frequency, which makes your permanent shift an ongoing process that is helped along the way. Remember that you didn't just happen to find this message. It came to you because of your frequency. You will never see the world the same way again after this. It's your shift time. It's true. And there is no turning back.